Hello guys, and today we're gonna read the kingdoms and castles, focusing on growing a tiny little village into a sprawling, fortified city. Alliance shows debut title as a surprisingly capable strategy game. You start by placing a simple castle keep anywhere on the land and building small hamlets for your villagers, which then proceed to chop wood. So the placement of four-star inquiries, you can automate the process of gathering resources, freeing you to focus on the much more important aspect of city development. Due to the simple yet careful interplay of systems, the placement of building is very important in kingdoms and castles. Farms need to be so close enough to granaries to store the food before the harvest goes bad. Libraries, churches, and taverns must be close to house so their residents can reap their benefits, and well must be close to any structure in case of fire. In order to balance all that, roaders are an essential part of the design, speeding up peasants' movement and allowing for faster access to all parts of the village. However, space on the randomly generated islands is limited, meaning you must juggle not only building placement and resource gathering structures, but also the building of walls. The world can be a scary place with Vikings and dragons roaming the land and threatening the survival of your kingdom. Vikings especially can be dangerous obstacle raiding your settlement, kidnapping your settlers, and setting fire to everything in their path unless you stop them from getting in. While normal soldier can get past normal fortification, the ogres that accompany them can so must build tall perimeter defense to be able to withstand their grotesque pummeling. While huge stone walls may keep you safe from Vikings, they pose little threat to a dragon. Building ballistas and archer towers on top of your wall allows you to shoot them down before the flying lasers set your settlement ablaze and the creature triumphantly drops to the ground and shake the screen with a thumb upon impact. The higher the walls, the further the range of your defense, adding a degree of strategic spanning and tactical thinking to your building and making somewhat simple concept tasteful complex. Tasteful is a settlement progression even if the overall extent of choices is a bit bare. Houses range from small hamlets to big manors and your castles can be upgraded with fourth chamber, treasure rooms and the great halls while farms features a number of structures such as windmills and adjuncts to increase their productivity. There is an interesting variety of buildings options such as libraries, churches and pikers, but given how most of them essential, a more expanded range of optional buildings and upgrades will be very complex. All buildings look extremely well modeled and distinct, allowing you to quickly recognize them at a glance even in emergencies, with a cute low polytheistic and a cartoonic take on the survival genre. Kingdoms and Castle is less grim and serious than similar titles but no less brutal. Aside from food, disease and Viking attacks, you can lose villager to drowning, accidents and age. Overall, the normal difficulty offers a wonderfully relaxing and laid atmosphere. I played about 10 years in a game before I even saw a dragon and another 10 years before I had my first plague outbreak. Vikings only came around the 4 or 5 decade of my village existence, at which point I already had enough wool and armaments to beat their invasion back, taking few casualties in the process. As wonderfully relaxing as stylistic is Kingdom and Castles as it is not without its flaws, farms only produce food in the summer, meaning that during winter you get several presents just standing around doing nothing in the middle of frozen fields. This is not especially when you have a thousand people in your hamlet, but quite a big problem in the early game. The interface requires you to click on each farm and close them down manually if you want to free farmers to do other chores, which besides being extremely boring and draining, should by all means be something the game does it itself. Meanwhile, disasters like plagues and fire of very little time to read if you don't already have all the infrastructure in place, which can lead to devastating occurrences that feel severely unfair. Fire is especially in dire need of a revamp, as it often burns faster than your villagers can put it out and forces you to fill your town with dozens of wells within sight of each other. More fire can break out in the same place multiple times in a row and is not dampened by thunderstorms and rain, which make it unbelievably frustrating at times. While the graphics are very pleasing, complete with shadows and feather effects, the music is a mixed bag. In the end, however, Kingdom and Castle is an amazingly sweet experience. It currently has a lot of room to grow, but the base experience is already very satisfying. With charming graphics and smooth gameplay, it is one of those games you can just love yourself for how after a hard experience, and is it regard. Kingdom and Castle is up there with the best of them. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.